I'm a bad. I'm a bad ass. I'm a bad ass. I'm a bad ass. I'm bad.
Got a short fuse attitude that won't lose. When you walk in my shoes, you learn how to follow rules. I'm a badass. I'm sick with the combat, certified where I'm from. The streets all know that. Say a prayer for my enemies. Revenge is sweet. And if you're feeling froggy, let me see you leap. Cross that line. Why would you want to test me? React upon reflex. I stay ready. Forget it, understood. I'm just trying to do good. If I could stop and press rewind, I wish I could. Reminisce about my loved ones. I can't explain the feeling. I turn over a new leaf, cure my wounds and heal them. On a straight and narrow road, the road is getting narrow. Got my one eye open with one eye on a sparrow. I'm long overdue, my time is past. I do what I do, I'm a badass, I'm bad.
I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm bad.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, everybody watching. I was going to do this tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this up this morning, some of it. That way I can go on till tonight. So you guys, I hope you guys are having a good morning. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. Welcome everybody that's watching that ain't even commented. So you guys enjoy the truth about the grifter and griff.
What did he do this time? Oh, just being the same deadbeat as always. Child support enforcement is about to come at him again. They know where he is now, and I think that this time they're just going to put a warrant out on him. They're sick of his shit. And I'm sick of having to go to Crestview. At this point, as far as I'm concerned, they can...
Good morning, Izzy. I hope you're having a good morning, Izzy Pop. I appreciate you.
just go ahead and lock him up now. He's not paying either way. So yeah, Griff bouncing from state to state to state to state. He's on the run. He's hiding. That's why he can only work under the table. Like, he is hiding. He owes a lot of money. Okay, so this was 3 years ago. Yep, we found out where he's been working from friends and contacted child support. And he's mad and claims he's been paying for weeks. Where is it then? We haven't received anything since December 20th, and they still haven't. He hasn't paid. As soon as he saw that his wages were being garnished, he bounced. Okay, now this is a post from his youngest. Haha, I'm Matt fucking Griffin. I can abandon my kids for years, and then when she gets pregnant, say that's the reason for it. You ignored me for years and years prior to that. Then you want to come at my mother for calling child support on you because you haven't paid since December. Even if I'm over the age of 18, you still have to pay. You owe well over $60,000 from neglecting your duties as a father. Remember all those years you were addicted to drugs while I was age 0 to 10 and you pay? That adds up. In the state of Florida, you have to pay that back. It doesn't disappear even if you went to jail multiple times for it. F you. You are a grandfather while you're speaking on how my mother is a grandmother. So why don't you act like it? You haven't done anything but badmouth me for being a mother and having your grandchild. You have no room to talk. You spent your parenting years addicted to every drug you can come across and choosing your wicked wife over me. Do you see where my brother is because of how you raised him? In prison. You're sick in the effing head. And what I am doing during my parenting years, becoming a nurse, having an amazing job, amazing friends and family, completely drug-free and sober. So while your giant fat ass talks shit as if you're a fucking saint, act like a father. Maybe then me and my mother wouldn't hate you so fucking much. He was on Facebook dogging her. And that's why her mom stepped in and made that post too. He likes to say, oh, I raised my kids, but according to them, the short amount of time they did spend with him led to nothing but traumatic memories. Don't try to pick at other people's faults when you and your wife are nowhere near saints. You abandoned me for no reason. Lied to everyone, saying all I want money. How fucking manipulative can you be? All I wanted was a fucking father. I don't give a shit about your money. You're only paying that because you fucked up on your own terms with the court system. No one forced you to treat a fucking 11-year-old girl like she was nothing. And next time you even effing mention my daughter out of your effing mouth without it involving an apology to me and to her and to my mother, I will be contacting the authorities for effing harassment. This 2-year-old little girl has nothing to do with your issues with my mother, and neither do I. Fuck you, Matt Griffin, aka quote father. Everyone can send this to him. I don't care. I hope to God he sees this shit. So he also told everybody around him that this girl was his niece as a way to just like hurt her and her mom. Like the paternity test showed without a doubt he was her father. But he told everybody it was his niece because he was spreading a rumor that her mom had cheated on him with his brother. And he knew that that was his daughter, but he did it anyways. And this is like 2 years after she already had the baby. And according to this, he was like even going after her 2-year-old daughter, like dragging her on social media. A 2-year-old. Publicly harassing them. Okay, I covered, I feel more comfortable doing that, but the red is his daughter. She says, and sorry if this is over the top for some of you. I'm not deleting it. I have every right to be this livid and pissed. That fat fuck ruined my life for so many years. Fuck him and his feelings. Someone replied and said, sometimes it helps to just call him sperm donor because obviously he was never a father to you. He sounds like a real piece of shit, and I'm sorry you have to go through that. You're doing great regardless of what anyone has to say about you. She replies, thanks so much, darling. I really appreciate this. He ruined my life for so many years. Give me second-degree burns at 8 years old because he had me at the beach with no sunscreen for 7 hours straight while him and his wife got drunk. Oh my God, that's so horrible. That like makes my stomach turn just thinking about that. Like that's horrific. And that's why her mom says, like, it was a good thing that he was just an absent father because that's the kind of stuff that happened if he was around. Somebody mentions how, her mom played both roles, mom and dad, and she still turned out great. She says, thank you guys. Fuck him. He's so full of himself. He doesn't realize what he's not only doing to himself but others. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure he's very much aware. Okay, so let's do some math. In 2009, he owed $46,838.79. Current balance is $42,131.15. So within the last 14 years, with her being able to get lucky and find out where he was actually working and turn it in, and then they force the garnishment from his wages or taxes, he paid $4,707.64.
Ha! You see that, Dr. Phil? I told you I'm not the worst dad on YouTube.
So yeah, that's why he was freaking out so bad when like he realized I had spoken to his child's mother, because he did a lot of damage. So to start off with, she talks about how, as soon as she had the baby, that's when he started becoming violent with her. He thought, oh well, now that she's got the baby, she's stuck with me, and now I can just do whatever I want to her. Like that's his mentality. And he did until she finally got up the courage to leave. Like, I know you guys have heard him say this if you watched him. He says that if a woman doesn't want to be abused, she won't stay in a violent relationship. And that's why he says stuff like that. Because he he does it. And he justifies it like, oh, well, she stayed and put up with it, so it must not have bothered her too much. But she said, as soon as I got the courage to finally leave, I left and never looked back. She talked about, him trying to offer her.
You notice how she said the courage up to leave? That's exactly what goes on with this man. He is very abusive. Hello, No Fear, Soul Sisters. Hello, Nicolina. I hope everybody's having a good day. But this man is so abusive, and I can understand that too if you're afraid to leave. But it takes courage to leave. I mean, he is very abusive. Abusive to his wife now, and she's just scared.
Her and, push on her the same substances that he was addicted to. That's another form of control. And she also said that, him just being absent was probably for the best. And that's because, like, when he was around, nothing good happened. Like, even, his daughter talked about how, she thought she was going out to the fun day at the beach with her dad. And, all he did was get drunk with his wife, and her body, 8-year-old girl, her body was covered in second-degree burns. Like, because he was too drunk to bother, like didn't even bother putting sunscreen on her. Like, your wife was there. She couldn't help it. No, because she was too drunk too. And she got covered in second-degree burns. In 7 hours, nobody thought to check on this little girl. I would assume with them knowing what degree the burns were, second degree, that she had to go to the hospital and get it treated. But of course, you couldn't let that kill your buzz. And then even after, he was with his wife, he's still calling her and trying to hook up with her, not because he wants to see his daughter. He's got some audacity telling people that we like harassed your kids and attacked them, when there's posts going years back of one of your kids saying on Facebook publicly that if you do not stop harassing her and her very young daughter, that she's going to call the police on you. They know that wasn't us who sent those messages too. So, like, while, oh, you guys want to know what he said? So after he made that post saying, oh, that ain't even my kid, his justification for that was he only said that because he needed to know who was exposing his shit, is what he said. You once again publicly humiliated your own daughter to make yourself look better. All these dumbass women think his channel is so family oriented. Women who
Good
have
morning,
to
Katie.
take from their families
Tom.
and give
No
stuff to
fear.
him because his family wants nothing to do with him because they know who he really is and how he really treated them.
Good
And this is
morning,
the
Joan.
same man going on YouTube pretending to be a SADB advocate, asking women to share their personal traumas with him just so he can turn it around and use it to hurt them, just like he did to his own kids. His older daughter told us that him and his son, they really only bonded over like drugs and alcohol. And you know, once Griff's son finally was released from custody, uh at a bar. He was in recovery. He was sober. And Griff went and met up at a bar. And the last thing he heard was him keep him in prison. Fucking kidding me, dude? So many people like called us liars about how Griff used trauma to go their personal story, go after them and blackmail them and extort them. Like, oh, he do that. That's a good family man. That is a good man. He did it to his own kids. And they had to go on Facebook and tell him if he didn't stop that they were calling the police. That's what kind of dude you're giving your money to. Your secrets. That's the kind of you're choosing to support. His daughter was talking to us, had no proof of it whatsoever, nothing to back that up. He was wrong, but he assumed it and sent somebody to start harassing her and like scare her and make sure that she wasn't talking. Go on, publicly humiliate her on YouTube to make himself look better. But dumb as fuck, so they got caught doing it. Now, to everybody who all the who have helped a sick man harass, blackmail, and extort women online, there is no justifying that. There's no justifying that. After everything I have out, you have no excuse whatsoever. You haven't had an excuse for a very long time. You know, outside that little boat of 10 people who put you up and make you feel like your behavior is okay, everybody looks down at absolute disgust. Everybody. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Some of you have even helped him harass his own kids, helping him scam people, dox people. You guys are disgusting. You can tell each other that what you're doing is for some good cause, but everybody looks down on you. And I've said it before, the day's going to come when you find yourself on the other end of that. Who are you going to ask for help? Help often hurt all of the women who would have helped you. So many of us have spent months and months doing everything we can to completely avoid him. But we realize we're ignoring him on YouTube. He starts sending women to send us messages on Facebook, emails, desperately saying anything he cans or getting them to say anything that could prompt a response from us. Even other channels help him do it, like Bob and Lori. You know, the only reason I found out who they were was because they started laying on me in his comment section saying I sent Bob's kid to Benny. Benny, somebody I've never even privately spoke to, but they have. All of them have. Not only that, but I later found out nobody asked his kids. Nobody did. And him, them on panel, him, when he used a channel with their pictures and faces and names to dox my family members. He's abusive, a stalker, a con artist, a horrible person. And from the way you guys all behave, y'all deserve each other. And on the other hand, there have been so many women who have stuck their necks out and taken a huge risk legitimately to do what they can and help expose this so that the next unsuspecting woman who comes into this community thinking that everybody around pretending to be a DVSA advocate has their interest at heart. Women need to know that a lot of these people who come on YouTube claim they are SADV child trafficking advocates only have one interest, and that's money and views, and to satisfy their own sick desires by listening to their trauma and then using it to blackmail and extort them as a way to get whatever it is they want. Straight up predators pretending that they are victims, regardless of how irrelevant they may be. That does not make them any less dangerous. Several women have already ended up in the hospital. I can't help the ones that are already brainwashed, but I can help the ones who haven't fallen in yet. So after I did part one, he did one of his little crybaby lives, which of course, you know, everything's a lie, everything's fake, it's all a conspiracy to get me. And we actually had receipts to back up with saying, oh, my daughter didn't get any money. Oh no. I found out he also said that Benny never sent him any money, which he did. He did it on a live stream. Everybody saw him do it. Like his lies are just so stupid. It's redundant. It's not even worth responding to. So I'm not gonna pay that like any mind. Also, like we had, put out like his daughter confiding in about how much he hurt her, lying on her during live streams after we did our.
You know, it takes some strong women to do what you ladies are doing. I ain't got much insight on the Rosie thing yet, but I'm working on it. But it takes a strong woman to stand up to predators like this and to the ones that upholds it. It takes a strong woman to come out publicly and stand up against people like this. Stand up for what their rights are. Of course, there's people going to be in denial, and then you're going to have the ones um, that gaslight. And I've heard some stuff within the past few days that has um, really got me to thinking, hello, Renee. And it's bullcrap. But though they care about people, how in the world do you care about people if you are coming against the ones that is standing up to these people and putting the information out and standing up for these ladies? How can you be for anybody if you're coming against the truth? You really ain't for nobody, you're just for yourself and to causing harm and doubt in everybody's mind, whenever in fact it's the truth that these ladies are putting out. You ain't no better. The people that upholds this ain't no better than the person doing it. They wear the same fucking shoes and walk the same steps. So kudos to you ladies standing up to these freaks. Don't let them cause you to get off topic. Don't let them distract it so much you feel like just giving up. You feel like just walking away. Don't give them that fucking luxury. That's what they're wanting. That's what Griff is wanting. That's what several others is wanting. And for anybody to be fucking talking about an autistic person, you just need to shut your fucking mouth, period. And anybody that does that is a predator. A predator. Making a fucking YouTube channel because somebody goes on making a live and talking about it in your live just because this person goes on somebody's panel. So fucking what? Is that the only fucking content you can put out is taking advantage of an autistic person or somebody's that's a fucking survivor? Obviously. Obviously, that's only content you can create is by watching an autistic person on somebody else's live, which ain't your live. You're even streaming them and talking about it, more than likely. A lot of people does. That ain't coming against that person. You ain't no better than the fucking one that's putting them through hell, in my opinion. They'll say, "Oh, you're doing the same thing." Yeah, I'm streaming lives because I got permission and I'm putting the fucking information out there. Who's next? That's what you better be fucking asking. Who the fuck's next? That's where you better be putting your fucking mind to is asking, who's this vile, the one I call vile The legend, the king of the streets coming after next. Who's next?
Our first video, like she confided in us, like he's lying, not at all true, and how bad that hurt her. And of course, he completely does this. How going to affect him on YouTube? He's going to sue me for exposing him and affecting his income. Good luck with that, bitch. Good luck with that. I just he says about me. I mean, it's a compulsive lie. The most obviously, but I'm at this already just because like constantly caught in lies, and I don't say anything about this. And that's why I wanted to thorough as possible. I'm not going to do back and forth drama with this irrelevant ass predator. Like, not going to do it. I don't have time to do it. So we're moving on to the next topic. Almost wild too. I cannot wait for you guys to see what I'm working on. And it involves griff.
8 moments later.
Fake ass bitch. Hey, you fake ass bitch. Hey. We call fucking DoorDash, NoorDash. Fuck her. Hey, you fake ass bitch. Hey, you fake ass you bitch. Hey, you don't get over that. Oh, it takes you 2 or 3 days. Fuck her. My fucking ass, you fake ass bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you, a damn train. Fuck her. Fuck you. Have it. Rich.
Like a prostitute in a brothel trying to call out someone for raping her. Don't mean to strike, don't mean to tempt your body, but think about what I'm saying. This shit is fake as fuck. How can somebody step up and cry that they're being attacked?
Hello, ho.
Call them escort, you know. One thing led to another, and that gum pimp got pissed off at me. I didn't do nothing wrong. I told him to get out of my room. It's on. Did you catch that? Did you catch that with a question mark beside it? That's her channel. Did you catch that? Caught that.
It's the channel called Did You Catch That?
Search video. There's Among Us.
Yes, sir.
I fucking credit on my goddamn island. This is my pedo island, motherfucker. My pedo. I live there. You don't fucking belong there, you cunt.
I've seen some things I need to address. I need to get off my chest and shake it. Come apart feeling it. Out there for everybody. It needs to be out and be heard by so many.
That is so true, Griff. And that's what we're doing. You said yourself, it needs to be put out there so many can see it. That's what we're doing. Grifter.
Joke. I clone, you're a joke. You're a piece of shit. Runs around trying to act like somebody. No, I know who the fuck I'm talking to. Oh, I make okay. Sound like you got it fool. You really do that? Fuck, man, come on now. Why am I making myself like I got a fool? These people are fucking with me and I'm making myself like I got a fool. Give it a damn break, woman. They don't give a shit about me or you. Fuck this shit, man. You ruined that, don't you?
Grinder Griff.
Me warning her it was gonna happen, her talking mad shit, her pretty much contradicting that I was mean to her. Me warning her it was gonna happen, her talking mad shit. This is where she starts pretending she's in danger. Like his narrative that this all started after that live. No, I actually left YouTube for a couple months after that. Her giving info. This is why his daughter was involved. It had nothing to do with stuff happens or anyone other than Griff. Griff was using his daughter and her new he didn't. She knew nothing about it. She didn't receive it. And the only thing she did here is she wanted us to share so that they no longer have the ability to use her to get money. Here she says she knows that, she understands that, but she was tracking Griff and trying to go get him while his wife was away and take him to a mental health facility of some kind or a rehab or something. But she specifically says while Pam is gone. Once again, I wouldn't.
This is talking about his top mod, Hanlon. The one that helps Griff get all of his hello Yorkshire. I hadn't planned on going live this morning, but I'm going to do a lot until about 10, I guess. But welcome, Yorkshire. And this is the woman. He has his few little minions in his chat, like Penelope and Hanlon. They search out people too for their information, so Griff can harass them and use it against them if the woman don't bow down to his expectations or agree with him. Let's watch.
And spoke on it. If I didn't have the receipt, I just didn't put it out and blast her. Now I have to. Me responding to her, like trying to defend him and lying for him again. Once again, she had to lie on us. It was at this point where I finally had enough to just go ahead and call her ass out on everything. Now I already knew all of this was bullshit, but here she is pretending she's in fear for her life again. I think I may have asked her in a comment section or said something like, oh, you're probably just some 400-pound man who doesn't leave his house. Here I'm basically saying, okay, well, if you actually think that he's so dangerous and you're actually afraid of him, then help him hurt other women and getting their information so that they could be put in the same situation that you claim that you are in. I already knew it was bullshit, but why not? Me calling her out. Griff had forgot to delete some comments between him and Tina while he was pretending to be fighting with them. So she knew about that. Like, she knew. This is me addressing one of her excuses for him. Sounds pretty much just saying like, him being strung out is not an excuse to hurt women for you to help him.
She's scared of him.
So what's going to end up killing him is your donations.
But she as well
I'm telling her
helps
to
him.
stop contacting. Here's where I straight tell her, like, so you're saying that you're going to go get him while his wife is out of town. She was supposed to be out of town visiting family. This was while he was walking down the highway pretending to do that human trafficking walk. His wife was out of town. She wanted to go get him. And I was like, you're just going to leave his wife homeless? Like, she wasn't ever mentioned in the plan. Like, she wasn't supposed to know about it, and that's fucked up. That was grimy. I was not lying about that, Pam. That shit is true. All right, now as far as the claims he's making about that Survivor's Night, he said Steph and her husband cloned Joe.
See, Hanlon. See, Griff is not allowed at his own wife's children's house, so he stayed back. And here comes Hanlon. Here comes Hanlon creeping in. See, Pam, you need to open your eyes on this. While you were gone to visit your children, that Griff is not allowed at their house. That should be one eye opener. And two, while you're gone, you got this woman wanting to come and take your husband away. Wanting to, and you're still to this day allowing her to do that. You're allowing her to have an affair with your husband. My.
That night, there was not a clone of Joe that night. That's not what happened. Something else happened, and Steph apologized for it long ago. The apology was accepted. We moved on. Steph had nothing to do with why I quit talking to Griff. Why I wanted absolutely nothing to do with him anymore. For one, I found out he was a scammer. While I'm on panel, that was a panel for women in the chat to come up and tell their stories, anonymously, which wasn't going to end up happening, come to find out. But instead, he decided that he would tell his story about how he was charged with what he said was domestic violence. Turns out it was assault with a deadly weapon, and many other charges. And then he started talking about how much women lie on men. Well, all these women who have been victims and survived domestic violence or SA are in the chat. He's just completely discrediting all of their claims by saying women lie all the time. That made me sick to my stomach. Not to mention, oh my God, just what a shit show. And then he started lying afterwards and started saying weird things like, he really cared about me and like he was hurt and stuff. That was creepy, given that I've never even had a private conversation with him. It was super creepy. I didn't mention Griff until I found out that he robbed that woman with cancer. That's when I went after Griff, which was 2 months later, because I left YouTube for 2 months. None of that had anything to do with Steph. Like, none of it. Steph didn't have anything to do with his daughter. It was because he was using his daughter to run a scam. And she wanted people to know, like, no, like, I have nothing to do with this man. This is why, like, if he's saying that he is, collecting donations for me, trust and believe, I'm not going to get them. And for one, his daughter wasn't dragged into it. His daughter wasn't the first person in his family to contact me. Somebody else found my email in my about section and reached out to me. I did verify that it was in fact who they said they were. And she also wasn't the last. Like, the way he spins his narratives to play the victim. And Hanlon knew about all of this. He knew what Hanlon was doing. He knew it. That's why he's defending her. He knew all about it. Because he was using Hanlon to go around pretending to be one of his victims to bait his actual victims and then harass them into silence. And I'm sure there's more reasons why he has to protect her, given that little slip she had. All stuff, the only people she's done this to. She does this to a lot of different people on his behalf. Hanlon has some severe personality disorders. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. If she was abused at some point in her life, probably. Literally, just months ago, she was saying that she was living in a safe house for women. No. No. Otherwise, Griff wouldn't have been able to go stay with her. Like, she has her own place. She wasn't in a safe house. She said she works for law enforcement. Obviously, she doesn't. Feel like I need to say that, but obviously she doesn't. I worked she was a social worker or something. When that stuff with Ziggy came out about the social worker, she said she was that. I would catch her lying on us, and before I would even get to confront her about it, she would be emailing me, making excuses for why she had to lie on us. And it just got to the point where I was like, you know what, bitch, just keep talking. Please just keep talking. Steph played that right, because I'm so tired of this entire group of people trying to pretend like they are victims when really they're the biggest bullies. Like, they have such huge persecution complexes, but they have so many accounts around behind the scenes stalking and harassing people. I can't even tell you how much stuff is sent on my Facebook. People have not seen the half of it. And it wasn't, she also helped Bella help Griff lie on me too. Like, Bella said all these crazy fucking accusations like I doxed her, but if you look in the video, like, clearly everything was hidden. Like, no, I didn't dox you. I didn't even put our whole name. Like, stupid stuff that I didn't even feel like addressing. She said she was getting death threats, but she was sending me stuff on Messenger. And by the way, I got those screenshots. You're not that quick. Helen admitted to, helping her lie. Bella's her replacement, so keep your eyes open. And that's who I was talking about. He's blaming Steph for all the same things that he used to blame Joe for. And his issue with Joe, as a mod, like for the exact reason I love Joe. Joe will tell you what she is thinking, whether or not it's what you want to hear. If he was wrong about something, she would say something. He doesn't like that. He cannot handle it. I appreciate that very much. Were the ones who put out that information about
So he does not like the truth being told. And as I proved the other night, he don't like being asked questions. He don't like to sit there and think anybody's killed. Whenever they're really not, they're just wanting to know. He will attack. Just like he attacks these innocent women. And yes, Bob and Hori Lori, you're as bad as Griff is. For what you did to Kimmy, you guys deserve what happens. And what you guys have done to these innocent ladies and the survivors and continue to do to this day, you're up there with Griff, irrelevant. You're an irrelevant, sad soul trying to be relevant in a mix of what's going on. And yins are the cause of these women to take a stand. And you get pissed whenever that happens. Just like Griff brought up trying to sexualize breastfeeding like he did the other day. Women has rights. Women has rights. And he don't like it. Only time that they've really got rights is whenever they agree with him. Agree with what he wants them to agree with. And then, whenever it comes to Griff, their rights is still limited. Because he controls them. Hello, Chihuahua Mom. How are you? Good morning. And it's sad. But what they did to Kimmy, going in and uh, making up false names, harassing her, it's ridiculous. Pathetic. I've been thinking maybe it's time for Lori's ex husband to come forward, take that stand like these females has, and tell the real truth how Lori is. Maybe it's time for somebody to take a stand and tell how Bob is. So I'm calling forward on the ex husband. Come forward. Don't be scared of Lori. Don't be scared of Bob. They're irrelevant. Irrelevant. And if I find out a way to get a hold of him, Lori, we shall see. Men are can be come against just like women can. Look how Bob and Lori does everybody. Look how she done her husband, ex-husband. Maybe it's time he take that stand. That's because he's with Bob and Lori. Hello, Ruby. How are you? See, the truth needs to be told, and it's going to be told, whether it be through here. Exactly, Renee. Exactly. And I'm calling on my people in the back. I'm going to be looking up for info to get on. I may already have some, still have some of it, but what Bob, Lori, and Griff did to Kimmy, there's no excuse. No excuse. Anybody, you can talk freely here, as you do, Renee, and I appreciate that. Um, so I hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna get off from here. I appreciate you guys, and I will be back tonight at 8 o'clock. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You noticed how quick Griff erased the stuff off his channel. Well, that speaks for itself. Exactly. That's what people needs to do. We need more people to take a stand against the predators like Bob and Lori and Griff and many others. There's a lot of people don't like me. Hey, if everybody like me, I'm not doing something. I've got a problem. I have people don't like me because I back these women and they want to shut me up. That's not happening. I promise you. Um, there's people that don't like me or my channel because I backed with the likes of Katie, Joan Springs, Renee Marie, Christine, Chihuahua Mom. You don't know why that is? Because I uphold every one of them, because they are speaking the truth and have brought, especially Joan, Katie, and Anna, they're bringing the receipts. I named the other women because they're women. That's what I'm going to do. There's people mad at me because I go into Nicolina's chat. As we all heard Griff say, bitch, you need to be abused. He was talking to her. And you can holler, he's not right. He's been bought and paid off. It's all lies. How is it lies whenever they've got all the receipts? And if that's the case, why did you remove all the videos? It's a start. Exactly, Renee Marie. I don't tell nobody to go wherever they want to go. Because you can go into people's chat and have cordial conversations with people, with your friends. The difference is whenever you go into Griff's chat and put down people that is supposed to be your friends and putting out the truth and you're upholding him. That's where the problem is. Backing the harassment, upholding the nonsense that they're putting these women through, and they're supposed to be your friends. They're supposed to be the ones that's supposed to trust you. So there. So I'll see you guys here tonight. I hope you guys have a good day. Ain't no woman deserves to be abused. So I hope you guys have a good day. You guys want to keep this going, putting out the truth. That's what I'm going to intend on doing. That's what I'm intending on doing. I'm not stopping. I'm just getting started. Like I said, heard some stuff the other night that pissed me off. What's going to come next? My. You know, circuses. Think about this. The circuses uses lions and tigers. They don't use wolves. They don't use a wolf. You can tame a lion and a tiger. You don't fuck with a wolf. Because one wolf can hold his own, and then he got many others that fucking backs him. But the ones that backs him, let him go until he can't go no more. But for the most part, that one wolf can hold his fucking own. And that one wolf protects the ones that's following him. So keep that in mind, Griff. Don't fuck with a wolf. You're just a little old tiger, a little old lion that a circus uses because they can fucking tame them. You're right, Joan. He rages on his own subs. I proved that the other night. Or he expecting me to go live. I didn't go live. I had to prove a point. And I did that. So I don't know what he's a doing. He may come back. And I'll be right here waiting on him. I'm not going nowhere, Griff. And many others take note. I'm not going nowhere. So, you guys want to donate? Donate. If not, that's fine too. You guys have a good evening, a good day. I'll see you back here tonight. Oh, but he said the cops knew he wasn't really guilty. You guys have a good day. I'll see you back here at 8 tonight. Stay safe. And you ladies, stay strong. Don't let them run you anywhere. Don't give them what they want. That's what they want. Don't bow down to them. You ladies have a good day.